What's up, YouTube? And this is your man, TiVo. Welcome to Lords of the Longbox presents the CovrPrice Top 10 for the books ending August 6, 2023. It's your two-man wrecking crew tonight. Laura's off. Gabe is going to be off for the summer.
Taking the summer
Laura
off?
will be back for next week. So it's just going to be
Taking the
me,
winter
a
off.
two-man wrecking crew. So we had a request for
Weird.
DJ in the live chat. So, some asked for Scratch Bastard, some asked for Doobie Brothers. So you're going to get a little of both in
Oh,
because it's Scratch Bastard and Doobie Brothers. Why not?
I'll start. 1, 2, ready.
Down around the corner, half a mile from here, you see them boys ring run, and you watch them disappear. Without love, where would you be now? Without no, I saw Miss Lucy down along the tracks. She lost her home and her family, and she won't be coming back. Without love, where would you be right now? Without love, well, the Illinois is Central and the Southern Central break. Got to keep on pushing my mud, 'cause you know they're running late. Without love, where would you be now? Na, na, na. Without love. Illinois is Central and the Southern Central freight. Got to keep on pushing my mud. You know they're running late. Without love, where would you be now? Without love. Where pistons keep on turning and the wheels go round and round, and the steel rails are cold and hard, and the miles that they go down. Without love, where would you be right now? Without love, ooh, where would you be now?
That's my
JB,
all-time
say what's good to the people.
that is my all-time favorite intro. What's good, live chat and the peeps on the rewind? We appreciate you too. But the peeps on the live chat, shout out to you. Thanks for joining us live. We're going to bring you a fantastic list. It's the top 10 plus one brought to you by CovrPrice. The writers are fantastic. Let's get it started, TiVo.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to TJ Slabdragon. If you're not following him on Instagram or Twitter
be.
or whatever, he posts some dope books. Teen him
Crazy.
and Chloe's comics, man, they consistently
Chloe's, oh my goodness.
they just consistently rock 9/8s, man. And
Unbelievable.
I'm not envious or jealous, but kind of, sort of, you know.
No, I live vicariously through because I could not afford that kind of collection.
No, absolutely killing it. Speaking of killing it, Make sure you sign up to CoverPrice.com for your price guides, collections, and trends. For you can sign up for a 2-week free trial or for the low price of a McRib. Rest in peace. $6.99 a month. You guys price guides, collections, and trends. You can import your CLZ database, which I believe TJ Slabdragon said he's trying to put in some ridiculous number of 2,450 slabs or something like that. I was like, man, that's a lot. Also, our friends over at Bird City Comics use discount code LOTLB to get 15% off anything in the Bird City Comics exclusive. Shout out to Miss Laura, can't make it. I know you guys are all asking for her. I know her sultry voice soothes you, but you're just gonna have to do it. JB's gonna read, and I'm gonna highlight comments, and this is the way that we rock it, man. So, shall we? Let's
Yeah,
get right
on
to
the
it.
2-man crew, we're gonna actually need the live chat to really come through with some comments, help us spark a little bit of conversation for each of these covers. Also, if you're following along on the rewind, do comment your favorite cover. And the live chat, we have something special for the live chat.
Yep.
There will be a question asked at the end of the show.
You don't even know where it's
and
coming
you gotta
from.
be following all the social media for Lords of the Long Box to get the answer.
And it's not about how I watch Barbie and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and like them both. it's like the weirdest, like one extreme to the other, like, Barbie and then that. I was like, I was like, okay, my girlfriend wanted to see. I said, I'll go watch it with you. I said, you know what? It wasn't so bad. A lot of chicks were crying in that movie, but it was still kind of funny, tongue-in-cheek, making fun of itself and everything else. But let's get right to it, boys and girls. What is this week's runner-up, JB? See, I only have to say JB. I don't have to say anybody else's
every
name.
single one. All right. So we're going to keep it nice and tidy here. First up, we've got the runner-up. Didn't quite make the list. Make sure you're subscribed to CovrPrice if you want to see the entire runner-up. There's actually 10 runner-ups. We're only going to give you one. We've got Night Terror's Ravager issue number 2, the Natalie Sanders 1-in-25 variant. Now, Natalie Sanders is a name to start paying attention to if you haven't already. She's been creating comic book covers for well over 10 years now. I mean, going back to her early work, possibly her first, and her highly desired variants for like Salem's Daughter, The Haunting from 2011, and Legend of Oz, Wicked West #1 from Zenoscope in 2012. Now, let's not forget, there's also Ursa Minor series by Big Dog Inc. in 2012. She has been busy. Today, after a wave of store exclusives, specifically by our friends over at KRS, we continue to storm the field of notable mainstream Big 2 variants with this cover, one of her first retailer incentive covers. I know. She did Gotham City Year 1-in-25, but that was way back in 2002. We tracked 12 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 163%, with a high sale of $73 for a raw copy and a current near mint fair market value of $58.
Yeah, shout out to my cousins over at KRS Comics, man. They were the first to really put Natalie on the map. And I thought I had one of her first things. It was some indie book. I don't recall what it was.
They're saying possibly the Salem's Daughter, The Haunting.
That could be it. I bought it because I asked her and she didn't know. Sweet girl. Tiny as can be, but it's really sweet girl. Really, really shy, but. This is definitely like one of my favorite covers of hers is Punchline that she did for I think KRS Comics. That one is a dope cover as well.
There's a great comment by Rudy. She's dancing the single ladies choreography. That's a good one.
Beyonce for sure. Beyonce. All right, Night Ravagers #2, Natalie Sanders 1-in-25 variant from our friends over at KRS Comics. Shout out to Chris for killing over there, man. All right, what do we have for number 10? JB? For some reason, you didn't hear your audio. Wouldn't be a Lord show without any technical difficulties. All right, since you're unavail, go ahead, log out and log back in. It's Biker Mars. Biker Mice from Mars, #1 from 1993.
Sorry, I got it. Gotcha.
Okay, I was lost you for a second. Man, everybody's leaving me today. What
I
the
got you. Sorry.
All right.
Coming up at number 10, and I'm telling you, got to get ready for this, folks, because this is coming, and wait till you see who's involved. Biker Mice from Mars, number 1 from 1993. Now, 90s kids have been sitting pretty as of late. Multiple generations are fresh off a TMNT nostalgia kick thanks to Mutant Mayhem. But we're here to talk about a group that was touted as rivals, of sorts. That's right. The Biker Mice from Mars. They're making a return with a new toy line and TV series with none other than, drumroll, Ryan Reynolds behind it. Now, fans of the IP said, to heck with it. Let's rock and ride. Secure the first issue in their limited series before any more info drops that can drive the price higher. And we tracked 18 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 156% with a high sale of $202 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a new current raw, very fine fair market value of $32.
Yes, this is still a ghost. I don't know where you're going to find it if you didn't already have it, but a top sale of 9.8 and 212, still climbing. Last week. Since it's number 10, it may drop off the list. You never know, but yeah, man. Biker Mice from Mars. If you had that on your bingo list. Speaking of things TiVo watched that you should watch. Besides Barbie and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, has anybody seen The Griffin on Amazon Prime?
It's not a documentary, is it?
No, it's a series. I think they did 1 season or 2 seasons. It's basically like Strange Things from in Germany with the kind of same undertones. It takes place in the 90s, so there's some metal music, there's some monsters, and I started watching last night. So I can dig this. It has a slow burn to it. There's like another world, kind of like Stranger Things. So if you're into that, give The Griffin a try. Shit, what else are you gonna watch? SUV Law and Order. Yeah,
you can sleep
to
too.
A trivia question next Thursday.
It's okay to sleep too.
This could be an answer to a trivia question, man. Sleep is overrated. I can sleep when I die. All right, number 10 on the list is Biker Mice from Mars. Number 1, CC 9.8, sold for 212 bonards. All right, here's a new entry. Shouldn't surprise anybody.
I don't know if
a lot of people's feed this today.
I've never seen this book on this show. Correct me if I'm wrong, CovrPrice. Next up at number 9, we've got New X-Men issue number 114, a direct edition from 2001. This under-the-radar book is receiving some serious attention thanks to Deadpool 3, something we've seen quite a bit lately. Mostly rumors, but often where there's smoke, you know how it ends. This book features the first appearance of Cassandra Nova. This is crazy. An astral plane parasite who replicated the DNA of Charles Xavier. And she did so while Charles was gestating in his mother's womb, effectively making her his twin sister. Wild, right? But they're rumored to appear in the upcoming Deadpool outing. Cue the run on another former dollar bin staple. We tracked 25 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 114% with a high sale of $125 for a CGC 9.8 and a new raw, very fine fair market value of $6.
I get it. New character, everything, movie, but this is not one of my favorite covers. If JB were to ask you what your favorite cover is, I don't think this would be on it. It's just weirdly proportioned. It doesn't.
It looks like they're wearing snow jackets or something, man. Come on. He's got mittens on. What the fuck?
And Cyclops takes front center over Wolverine and Professor X. What the fuck's going on? Damn, man. But
about to go make snow angels.
Trust me, when Marvel news drops or DC news, or even Biker Mice from Mars, any TV or television show, people are gonna find the comic book and they're gonna buy it up. And 9.8 for 125, so it went up 100%. So most people probably had this in their long boxes, I would assume, if you're collecting New X-Men back in 2001. All right, another still on the list. What do we have for number 8?
You know what? This is the writers have this one nailed because this is perfect read for this one. You guys ready? At number 8, Spider-Man 2099 issue number 1, originally published in 1992. Seriously, this book will just not quit. Is this the new Spawn number 1? One of those relatively cheap and plentiful key issues that generations of collectors aim to acquire. Now, featuring the first solo outing of Spider-Man 2099, it's quickly become a must-have thanks to the success of Across the Spider-Verse and beyond. We track 39 copies sold and a 7-day trend of 88% with a high sale of $210 for a CGC 9.8 and a new current raw near mint fair market value of only $17. Go get one if you don't have one. Come on.
Shit, I'm pretty sure everybody had one. I even have one. I sent it off to CGC, so yeah, only 88% growth. I mean, this was one of the larger print runs of a comic. I mean, this is the heyday, 1992, and it is. What do we always say? It's either 9.8 or it isn't because of the hard stock cover on it. So I'm trying to remember if that's what I posed.
Philip Armstrong nailed it. I love it.
Yeah, I submitted about 20 books to my buddy Key Collects, not Key Collector, but Key Collects. They slab and he went to CGC. So I was like, here, man, just pick up these books. So here's a tip for you guys who go and want to submit books to CGC. Save yourself on shipping and submit your books directly to CGC at a con at a convention. Save yourself on money. You know what I'm saying? At least especially if you have a large thing, because CGC will literally, well, not literally, but they'll rape you on shipping costs.
I got a question for you. I remember, I don't know if it was a C2E2 or I don't know if it was Chicago or Baltimore, but they were set up and they were taking submissions on the Friday, and they were like, you can pick these things up on the Sunday afternoon. They had them ready.
Emerald City did that too. It was on-site grading.
On-site grading. That's incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do that or not. I don't know if they still do on that. Especially San Diego Comic-Con, they couldn't. It would be overwhelming. In the live chat, tell me if CGC is still doing on-site grading, because I remember at the time it was tried to contrivancy when people were getting back, same day turnaround, slabs, and they were getting 9.9s, and there was a bit of rubbing of elbows, but to say that some don't get preferential treatment over others, I wouldn't say it's not true. But it's not like CGC is watching. So, but hey, just bless my grades when you get my books when they come in, man. All right, number 8 in the Spider-Man 2099 coming in 2099. Number 1 coming in at number 8. All right, there should be no surprises on here because it's been on here.
Yeah, you know what? And this is another one. I just saw the Rotten Tomato score on this thing, and I'm just, what? All right, next up, we've got Infinite Crisis issue number 5, the Jim Lee regular cover, originally published in 2006. Now, Blue Beetle has received a pittance of the marketing share that some other DC films have lately. This is surprising considering James Gunn has confirmed that Blue Beetle is part of the DCU reboot. But it's been oddly quiet, and maybe that's for the best. The community at large is still in the dark, but those looking forward to this project hitting theaters have made it a point to pick this book up. The first appearance of Jaime Reyes as Blue Beetle, we tracked 23 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 152%, with a high sale of $200 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a new raw near mint fair market value of $33. Welcome to the show, Jay Salsa.
I think Blue Beetle will do well. I mean, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking about how, especially with Spider-Man and Marvel, especially when the Marvel Studios took over Spider-Man, it really introduced a young superhero. Right, Peter Parker. Right, and he was still in high school because I watched Civil War again, and it was awesome when he came on screen. And you say the Flash is kind of young, but not really, because he's been around since the Golden Age. But Blue Beetle fits that mold where he's maybe a teenager, or at least in his early 20s or something like that. So, and it looks pretty dope. I don't care. George Lopez is in it. I'm gonna give it a try, man. What else you gonna watch? SUV. I keep on saying.
Oh, don't go there with the SVU knocking on my SVU, man. I can.
I'm
watch
just
that
saying, man. The
all
writer
damn
strike is killing me,
weekend.
man. Even Jeopardy is on strike. They haven't aired a new episode in forever because somebody has to write those things for them, and so the WGA strike and the actor strike. So, but I've heard that talks have been in talks to be back in talks, if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
they're allowing.
I also
yes.
heard that the Marvel VFX of people are finally
they
going
wanna
to
unionize.
and they're like,
Yeah.
"Screw you guys have been working us like dogs. We're gonna go unionize."
They better be careful.
By the way, shout
because-
out to a couple of people in the chat. Man, our live chat is the absolute fantastic, and King of the Golden State is now popped up in there. I don't see your score, King. Golden State Comics. I don't see your score for some reason. I've scrolled up. Where's your
Nah,
score?
He joined late. He joined late.
Oh, he joined late. Oh, get your
Yeah.
score up in there. Get your score up in there.
Yeah. And just like herpes, it shows up. Well, it keeps on showing up actually. But what do we have for number 6?
Oh man, we're having fun tonight. You guys having fun tonight? If you're having fun tonight, everybody, take a moment, hit the thumbs up. At number 6, damn, this thing, you're right, this won't go away. Spider-Man issue number 7. All right, you ready? We're gonna roll some R's. The Humberto Ramos top secret spoiler variant. He's back, maybe. He's back. Last week we highlighted that the fantastic Dan Slott had added this book in a CGC 9.8 as the first graded comic book within his collection. That's how much faith he has in this character. And based on the trends we've seen this book experience over the last several months, the community shares that sentiment. From the moment this book dropped, it has had a crazy amount of hype behind it, and it's only growing. We tracked 39 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 98% with a high sale of $121 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a new raw near mint fair market value of $31.
Yeah, that's a typo on the screen. So it's actually 121, not 21. Shit, I'd buy it for $21 if that was the case. So hey, guys, we're not perfect, we only when Laura's here is when we're perfect. So you're stuck with us.
Boom.
Stick
Golden
around.
State had to show me up. There it is. 5 out of 6. There you go, Disco.
Whatever, dude. All right. Halfway through the list, boys and girls, hang with us. Wow.
Hanging. We're going on.
I did not expect this to be on here, but then again, not, well, I didn't expect this just straight up.
We should have done, I don't know, man. You should have expected this. I'll tell you what. There's people get FOMO. All right, coming up at number 5.
Work, so yeah.
Coming up at number 5, we've got Captain America issue number 7, the second print. King, make sure it's the second print we're talking about here. Originally published in 2019. Now, this book was a flash in the pan when it first dropped, but it still did well enough to warrant a second print. It featured the debut of the Daughters of Liberty, a team consisting of Sue Storm, Jessica Drew, Misty Knight, White Tiger, Annabelle Riggs, Mockingbird, and Echo. If those names sound familiar, well, they should, as nearly all have either appeared in a Marvel project or are set to. We track 16 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 259% with a high sale of $100 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a new raw near mint fair market value of $31.
What in the fresh JB Fedora is Annabelle? Damn. What's her name? What's her name?
Which one?
Annabelle? I never heard of that character.
Annabelle Riggs.
Who the hell is Annabelle Riggs? I don't even know who that is, but hey, people dig, man. People dig. So do you remember
Maria Hill's not gonna be in it?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
Is Misty Knight going to be in the MCU? When? Where would Misty Knight
Maria
come
Hill. Yo, man.
I know. Yeah. They didn't even do anything with. I'm so disappointed with how that series ended. If anybody watched Secret Invasion, I thought it was
finished
strong, and then they just shit the bed. That
Well,
finale.
I
sucked.
think it's fandom's fault for propping it up to be like this game changer it was, but but I'll tell you
Well,
what.
hold on. Is that character now the most powerful character in the MCU since she has the combined powers
She
of
could
all those
only
people?
hold it for a limited time, from what from what I
Uh,
understand.
mhm.
So here's the thing about Secret Invasion. Captain America #7, second print coming in #5 is Secret. Secret Invasion changes everything you think about going because remember, Rhodey can walk normal ever since Captain America, the Disney Plus show, right? So he's a scroll back then, if you think about it, because last time I remember he was crippled. He could only walk around even wearing the Iron Patriot suit, right? So I'm trying to think about when he showed up again. When was the last time after the End Game? Well, he first showed up in the Captain America series, right? And he didn't have a limp. So he was probably already a scroll by then. So it sets precedent, or maybe good or bad, going back. Who knows who else was a scroll? And to the scrolls, defeating Thanos is more important than conquering Earth. They said, "Yo, if Thanos snaps everything, we won't have an Earth." So how many of them were scrolls? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Finale still sucked. I'm just saying.
All right, F you, man.
And She-Hulk's finale sucked. So they have now shit the bed on several finales, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but we got Daredevil in there in his old costume.
Yeah, and he did nail her. So I mean, that was kind of cool.
Whoa, now, hey, that's right. Let's get to number 4, 3, 2. Let's get to number 4 on the list. A staple in everybody's collection, I think.
Should be. Yeah. Posted it a couple times. Sell it probably at least once a month on my whatnot. That was a shameless drop. At number 4, we've got Marvel Superhero Secret Wars issue number 8, originally published in 1984. That's Bronze Age, baby. With the lackluster praise for another secret project from Marvel, fans are putting their hope in the Secret Wars basket. For a good reason, the storyline would be incredible to see on the big screen. Oh, and this book features the origin of the black suit costume, one that would later go on to become Venom. Now, if you're reading this, you know why it's so popular. Enough said, right? We tracked a huge trend of 39 copies sold in this book at a 7-day trend of 113%, with a high sale of $875 for a CGC 9.8 copy, and a new, you ready for this one? A raw near mint fair market value of $229.
I'm surprised it hasn't cracked 4 figures. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 4, because it's got a giant print run too.
I've been seeing this for sale on Instagram for $650 and $700.
I think the direct print probably has higher value, but I mean, this is a staple in everybody's collection. I remember when this came out. I was 1984. I was in my teenage years. I was deeply into collecting, and Spider-Man's change in uniform or outfit, whatever, was a huge thing. So I went out and made sure I got every first time he appeared all across all 4 of his titles. So even Spectacular Spider-Man, it's first time he's appeared on that. Of course, Marvel Team Up. There's some other ones. Maybe Spider-Man.
What, the black suit? It's Team Up 141.
Yeah.
ASM 252. Secret Wars 8. And Peter Parker Spectacular. Where I have it up on the wall. Where the hell is it? I can't find it. Let's move on. But there's another one.
I set you up for success. I have
it. You did, man. Where is it? Hold on. You want me to pull it out? I got it ready.
Yeah, I was like, it's. I see the cover now. He's swinging through it. He's swinging in the air, doing something.
I got it right here in my hands. Don't go there, TiVo. It's right there. Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 90.
There you go. Get all 4 if you're a completionist, or I would say that's linear collecting, but Otto's has a broad term for linear collecting. Shout out to 3 in the basement. So, all right. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 8 coming in at number 4. What do we have?
Speaking of 3 men in a basement, are we going to be potentially seen a couple, maybe a member coming back to the show?
Otto will be coming back. It's on at least the Shaker Show. So my man Otto, one of the OG Lords members, you know, still actively in the game, doing his thing on the 3 Men in the Basement. Also, shout out to the men on the Comic Con podcast. Those are, and of course, Near Nerdvana. Those are channels we fuck with. So let's get to number 3.
All right, at number 3, we've got Batman, Gargoyle of Gotham, issue number 1, the Ash Can. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks now, right? Now, give us the edge, baby. Batman fans love seeing the Dark Knight's dark side, and this book is hyped up to be just that. With the DC writing debut of Rafael Grampa, fans are set to see a whole new rogues gallery set to face off with a Batman who cast aside Bruce Wayne. There's nothing left but Batman and the darkness he brings to the table. The excitement for this book is palpable, and it hasn't even dropped yet. All brought about thanks to a preview story from this one per store Ash Can that has been seeing a ton of attention on the aftermarket. We tracked 45 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 103%, with a high sale of $60 for a near mint plus raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $42.
Yeah, if you were to say favorite cover this week, I would say this is it. This is just simply just kind of
That's right. Make sure you say your favorite cover in the comments below.
Yeah. And you know, I'll say it again. The Griffin has some things that look like this that are statues that just come to life. I'm saying just give it some time, man. It builds up this mythology. The Griffin, it's in German on Amazon Prime. So what else you gonna watch? I'm not gonna say it, but
don't dare say it.
No, somebody already said SUV Law and Order is a good. I can't do weekly procedurals.
I watch SVU Law and Order all day on Saturday. Literally, it's on just all day.
Yeah, but that's like, man, you might as well just get a Barker Lounger and just retire then at that point. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna watch? What's that? Who's that old broad? He used to be a detective. The old what was her name?
The old broad. It was a detective, man.
On
You're
CBS.
good, Timo.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Murder She Wrote. Remember
Murder She Wrote.
That's when
Angela
you know you're
Lansbury.
old. Yeah, you know you're old. I was at CVS to buy some stuff, and I walked by a sit-up chair for showering for old people, and I was like, man, I was like, man, you know you're old when you have to sit in a chair to take a shower. But shout out to old people still kicking it. Anyway, it's just a weirdest thing I saw. I was just walking by. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I came looking for Gatorade, and and I got this. I was like, all right, Batman Gargoyle of Gotham. Now people are googling like, oh, what the hell? Batman Gargoyle of Gotham #1, the Ash Can variant from Grandpa. Not Grandpa. We had a bunch of comments last week about the Grandpa. It's Grandpa. There's no D. Grandpa. It's Grampa. Grandpa.
Rudy's killing it in the chat, man. Rudy's killing it in the chat.
All right, let's get to the next number 2.
All right, 130 strong in the chat tonight, man. You guys are fantastic. Drop a thumbs up if you're enjoying the show. Next up, we've got at number 2, The Mighty Thor, issue number 319. Man, this Bronze Age goodness. Originally published in 1982, we finally got the teaser trailer for Loki season 2, and the internet sleuths found quite the Easter egg. For a brief moment, on a billboard, we caught a glimpse of Zaniac. Now, Zaniac is every bit of an obscure villain who first appeared in this book. So far, it's theorized that Raphael Casal will be playing the fictional actor Brad Wolfe, who stars in the production of Zaniac. It remains to be confirmed until more information comes out, but that hasn't stopped the former dollar bin mainstay from, seeing some attention. We tracked 15 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 358%, with a high sale of $55 for a CGC 8.5 copy and a new raw fine fair market value of $5.
Okay, so let me read this right. So there's a teaser trailer for Loki season 2,
Yes.
and they found an Easter egg for a brief a moment
It was
of a
glimpse
billboard.
on a billboard for Zaniac.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's interesting. So be careful with Loki spec. Be careful with any, especially Loki and WandaVision, where people were like, buying up stuff. I would say here's what Uncle Tebow says: invest in Agatha Covenant, the Covenant with Chaos. I think that's going to be a lot of interesting magic users in the MCU. Hopefully the writers strike and all the strikes end by the time D23 comes around or whatever, so Marvel can make major announcements. So far we haven't had any major announcements and from anybody really. So, but good God, talk about obscurity. 7-day trend at 358%. Well, I hope you're not zany and Zaniac works out for you. But all right, what do we have for this week's number one?
Number one. All right, at number one. First of all, I gotta. There's a comment in the chat. Planet Arizona. I feel you, man. I feel you. You know what my oldest asked me the other day? She said, "Dad, when you graduated high school, was that back in the 1900s?" Oh,
damn.
Well,
mine was in the 80s. So,
all right, folks. The number one book this week on the Cover Price Top 10, we've got Captain America issue number 7. Yeah, this looks familiar. Oh, this is the first print. Captain America issue number 7, first print, originally published in 2019. Now, the Marvel slate of series and films is constantly in flux, right? That's how we're going to say it. It's constantly in flux. Recently, a rumor started circulating that a Daughters of Liberty project could be in development. Now, that caused this book to see an immediate jump as their first appearance is featured within. I'm going to roll that cast one more time. You ready? With a cast consisting of Sue Storm, Jessica Drew, Misty Knight, White Tiger, Annabelle Riggs, Mockingbird, and Echo. It would make sense for Marvel to make the move. Most of the groundwork is already complete. Recent news has pointed to Marvel making Sue Storm the leader and focus of the upcoming Fantastic Four film. As a pillar of the team, it would make sense for Marvel to invest heavily in the character. And with a roster such as the Daughters of Liberty, fans are in agreement. Until an announcement is made, we have to preach caution, man. Caution! As previously stated, Marvel is in a state of flux like never before. So until then, keep your eyes peeled. We tracked 26 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 347% with a high sale of $90 for a CGC 9.6 copy and a new near mint fair market value of $14. Don't go anywhere. We've got a question for the chat.
Yeah, so it's just because do you remember the last time that the Avengers women's team was spec'd on? Remember I forgot what they were called, Avengers Now or some shit like that, and they just did a brief little
was it like A-Force or something? I'm sorry,
something like A-Force. Remember that? And they briefly got together in Endgame. Remember when Peter Parker's like, I don't know how you're gonna get through all that.
Yeah.
Okoye goes, you got help, but then all
Come on, that's my kid's favorite. That's my daughter's favorite part of the damn movie.
Yeah, and what do you mean woke stuff? What does that even mean, dude? I mean, come on, is your masculinity offended because of an all-female group? I mean, shit. I'm a man. I'm a grown ass man. I saw Barbie and I had a good time.
Fly through a whole ship and take it down. So. Did she really need any help, right? I mean, come on.
I'm telling you, if you want to really invest in Sue Storm, get her first appearance. It's a little book called Fantastic Four #1. but I think that ship has sailed for most folks because it used to be on my list. But it was rumored that first of all, Captain America #7 coming in #1. It used to be that I heard that rumored casting is the blonde from the latest Mission Impossible films is going to be portraying Sue Storm, and I have no problem with that. She's a pretty good actress. I mean, I've always said Susan Storm is one of
Stranger Things is going to be
Sue Storm is I will argue is one of the most powerful women in the MCU. Like she can literally put a air bubble inside your body and make it blow up. If you've been a long reader of Fantastic Four, when she gets pissed, she can fuck shit up. Because before she was like, I can turn invisible, but then she realized she could make invisible objects and they could hurl them at each other. And John Byrne did a great run with Sue Storm. And then of course, you know, her alter ego, which was that I forgot who it was. She was like a dominatrix. That may have been her name, man, in the Fantastic Four. She had like a crazy S&M costume on, but get ready for the start line, boys and girls. I'm going
to drop a starting line on here right now.
Yeah.
Starting line for a question that we're going to ask the live chat, because the live chat's here and we want to acknowledge the live chat. I'm going to drop a starting line.
Shout out to Pan Arizona. Malice was the name of her, but you don't get a prize. But Malice, you are correct.
Bam. Starting line is down. The starting line is down. Let me highlight the starting line in the chat there for you. I've got a question for the chat. You got to be following us on social media. The first person in the chat that can tell me what was the last graded...
Wait. Make sure you have live chat enabled and not top chat. Make sure you have live chat enabled and not top chat. All right. You can ask the question.
You guys ready? Starting lines down. Here we go. For the people in the live chat, especially the ones that follow.
Yeah, because we gave something away in the giveaway last time. Just wait, and sometimes those people don't contact.
I haven't even finished the question yet.
Well,
God damn it!
I'm just trying to take the live chat, and
it's already in the fucking chat.
Oh, okay. All right.
They already got the answer in the fucking chat.
What did they say?
I haven't even asked the damn question yet.
Oh man, how did they know?
Fuck, that's give him the damn prize. Fuck it. I'm not changing it.
Yeah. So the question was, what was the last slab I posted on Instagram? And H&H Comics already said it. Yeah, I posted a Marvel Premiere #9, first appearance of Iron Fist, old blue label.
It was after the start line. He got it. Fuck, man. Good job.
I mean, shout out to
I started the question.
He didn't know the question. I mean, he took initiative. So H&H Comics, hit me up on Instagram, brother, and I'll mail you out some goodie of comics.
Good shit. Good job, H&H. Reach out to us, man. We'll get it. We'll get you your prize.
Has H&H cracked our live chat somehow? Is he in our private chat somehow? He's just like, God damn, he's telepathic. How do you know that, man? All right. JB, any last words for H&H?
Yeah, this is a fantastic show. I really appreciate everybody in the live chat who was hanging out with us tonight, man. Had a great time tonight. Please follow us on social media, TiVo14
on you can win stuff.
Instagram.
Like H&H.
And Discovery Bay Comics on Instagram. I do have a whatnot thing. Pretty good at it. I'm just saying. And as always, don't forget, we had a good time.
We did, boys and girls. For JB, Laura and Gabe, who couldn't make it today. Yes, somebody asked, bring Marty back. Marty will be coming back, one of the founders of the Comic Book Fanatics. I pried him out of retirement, and he's going to be joining the show as well, along with our Otto is going to be joining the show, so it's going to be fun to talk to some old friends again, man. So we'll see you Thursday for the Comic Book Shakers of the Week. Till next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.
Shake and make it, pull it back. Oh my God.
The world's 3 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is update. know that the Lord is update. In this you shall know that the Lord is update.
Go on and get some, boys.
Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this you shall know that the Lord is update.